Hi everyone, this is another Mr. Burns video, and what I'm talking about today is the Air Venturi 2900 PSI regulated air tanks. This is I think it's a 90 cubic inch, and it comes with a regulator. Now these regulators are made by Ninja Air Venturi, but their parent company I think is Specialty Products or something like that. So anyway, let's get on to this. What we have here is we have the Air Venturi tank. Now mine's an older one. It doesn't have the air bleed on the stem itself. My air bleed's here. So I want to lock my air bleed down. I want to hook up my regulator calibrated dial to this tank and see exactly what this air pressure is inside this tank that it's supposed to be putting out. Now you notice if you look at the dial, it's a little over 3,000 psi. So it has more than enough air to gauge this. Now I have gauged this before. Now I have to use one hand. Hold on. I'm gonna put the camera down for just a second, and I'm gonna hook this tank up like so. Okay, now the tank is hooked up to the gauge to see exactly how much pressure this actual 2900 psi regulator, you can see it on the side there, is actually putting out. So I'll lock it down, I'll turn my tank on, and let's see what kind of pressure we get. Now you notice here that this gauge is only giving me about 25, a little over 2500 psi. So this regulator is not working properly. Now I called Air Venturi, and what they did was they sent me a shim kit that I can take this apart and put shims inside of it to make this pressure come up a little bit. Now since I bought this, I knew it was low, but I didn't think it was this low till I finally hooked the gauge up to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this apart and put the shims in that are proper, and then see if I can raise this tank up to the at least 2900. We don't want to go over 3000 because some guns it's going to mess them up if it's over 3000. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this up to 2900, hopefully 2950. That would be great. And then we'll go from there. The problem I'm running into is these regulators are not checked out coming out of the places we buy them, like Pyramid Air, or this is where this came from, but different places, because they're trusting that Air Venturi checked them out. And the only way I knew it was low was because my guns were not filling up the way they should have. So as soon as I get this worked on and done, then I will continue this video. Alright, as you can see with this bottle, in the bottom there's a shim down in there. See the shim? I think it's clear. Okay. And the way you take this top off is you simply remove the grub screws and spin it on, and then to secure it you just tighten your screws down. Now what it is this is where you place the shims. So the shims they sent me were, she sent me an 05, 03, 05, and 07. Now if I put the 05 in there, it's a high possibility that it may be 29, 30, 50, but that's still within reason, but it's a plus or minus, so you don't know how much difference the shim's going to make in this situation. So what we'll do is, see, here's the diagram of the Air Venturi, but it's Ninja basically. And so it's on the Air Venturi. Let me see if we can see that. Not for paintball. It's 2,900 psi output. So I'm gonna put the shim in, and then we will continue. Once the shim's in, we'll test it again, because I have to fill the tank up with my handy dandy super compressor downstairs, and then I will continue, and we'll see how the bottle goes when we test it. Okay, so we're back. The bottle is filled to about 4,500 psi. Put the shim in. We're gonna see what this gauge is gonna read with this new shim. Hopefully it'll be around 2,900. Up, 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 up. So look at that. We're at 30. We're at 30 what? 3,200 psi. Oh no! All right, we got to go back and we got to put the smaller shim in. Do it again, and see if we can get this thing right. Okay, so take it apart, let the air out of the bottle, and get back with it until we get this thing as close to a little under 3,000 as we can. Again, folks, what we did was we took out the 5,000th shim and we put in the 3,000 shim. So we're going to try it again and see where we're at with this tanks. Let's see where we're at with the tanks. All right, so look at that. We're right about 3,000, like almost dead on 3,000. Okay. Now, I'm blessed because I have a humongous Bear compressor in the basement that I got at a dive shop for 250 bucks. I had to fix it, but it allows me to blow up these bottles in no time. But as far as I'm concerned with this, you have to trust and verify. Make sure that the Air Venturi / Ninja, they're the whatever the things are called, you know what I'm talking about, regulators, are set properly. Or one, you could blow a gun up, and two, you're not getting enough air in. So I just wanted everybody to be aware of it, how it works, what to do about it, and how to check it. And I want to tell everybody and all my friends on the channel, thank you, and I'll be back with you with